well, after Chen Long was given a bit of a fright, after Lee Chong-wei was given a bit of a scare, what now for the women's #3 seed, Saina Nehwal, up against Olga Golovanova, with the winner to meet Porntip of Thailand in the round of 16. There is the Russian Golovanova, ranked number 66. Facing Saina Nehwal for the very first time. Rufianto going through the preliminaries here with the two girls. Saina Nehwal, I suppose, like Lee Chong-wei, the nation's hopes rest with her in terms of a medal. World #3, ranked #3, Olympic bronze medalist, up against the Russian, who's playing in her 3rd World Championships. Christine Peterson is vacated, taking a well-earned rest, and we look at the figures here from Golovanova. This year she's reached the semi-finals of the White Knights event in Russia in June, also semi-finals at the Slovenia International, so obviously playing at a different level generally to that which Saina Nehwal plays at. It's not all been plain sailing for Saina this year, a few injury problems, a few surprise defeats, but when I say this with some hesitation, Jill, she is a red-hot favourite, is Saina, for this match.
Yes, I think that's a fair comment. You're absolutely right. Golovanova has not really played the same level of tournament, but that's not to say she's not a very talented individual. But I think Saina Nehwal's sheer experience on the world stage at these major events, and I think Saina Nehwal has in general been a big tournament player. There was so much talk before the London Olympics, and of course she delivered and only became the 2nd Indian female athlete ever to win an Olympic medal, closely followed a couple of days later by a 3rd female athlete. So, you know, the pressure, as you say, is very much on her, but I suspect that she's probably a class above her opponent today.
I think obviously looking at Golovanova, she's quite a big girl, isn't she, in terms of her height. Saina, she's a huge star in India, and expectations are high, especially for her to come through this match.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Olga Golovanova, Russia, and on my left, Saina Nehwal, India. Saina Nehwal, sir, level, play.
I think Saina Nehwal in the World Championships has been a pretty consistent one. Quarterfinals in her last 3 World Championships, and every time exiting to Chinese opposition. Here against the world-ranked number 66 from Russia. Golovanova takes the 1st point.
It should be noted though, Richard, that one of those quarterfinals in Paris in 2010, Saina Nehwal was actually the #2 seed, so didn't actually live up to expectations, but I think her World Championship performances sum her up. She's very, very consistent. She always, as I say, seems to do well in big events.
Medalist at the Commonwealth Games, on home territory. Again, the pressure was on.
1.
Play really top-class badminton to trouble Saina Nehwal. I say with some trepidation that Saina's the red-hot favourite because caught one this morning. We've seen plenty of the unexpected.
4-1.
3 seeds going out in the women's doubles. And 2 seeds in the men's singles giving a run for their money.
Service over. 2-4.
What I think is interesting is this lady at the age of 32 is playing her first women's singles at a World Championship back in 2009 in Hyderabad. She played women's doubles at the World Championship. She lost in the first round, but
Completely done by the lights there.
Service over.
they are very bright on television. That's great for us, but it has caused one or two problems for some of the players.
Confident, that's what you have to say. The start's been from
6-2.
Saina Nehwal here. Focused, confident.
Good serve.
Service over. 3-6. Ball.
Up the waist.
Service over.
Long anyway.
7-4. Service over. 5-8.
It's quite incredible at the age, you say, at the age of 32 in singles. I mean, she won the Russian title last year as well.
It's interesting, I think there's been a real resurgence of Russian badminton. He's a great fan of badminton, he loves his badminton, he made it more prominent coming to the Russian Federation, Badminton
They
Federation.
got an Olympic medal out of it as well, didn't they?
Absolutely. More opportunities to travel. It's good.
Scoreline pretty much showing what we've seen, which is Nehwal very much on top here in the early stages. big lead already in this opening game.
Play.
Deserved. Set up
12-5.
spinning neck shot. Saina Nehwal.
Having not played that much badminton in recent months is an advantage in some ways for Saina Nehwal.
Well, she certainly played the last two Super Series events. Didn't live up to our expectation.
She had a 6-week gap before then, and it's kind of almost how many weeks? 5-6 weeks since those Super Series events as well.
Yeah, it's always difficult to tell. Some players love the fact that they've been able to have a substantial period of training and just focusing on the training. Of course, the two tournaments that she did play, I need to correct myself, I don't think it was.
15-5.
In fact, she did play 3 tournaments in a row, didn't she? She played Thailand, she was defending champion. Then she played Indonesia, she was defending champion.
She reached quarters, semis, and then the quarters of Singapore.
That's right. And 3 tournaments on the bounce like that. You know, I think part of that was possibly because she had been injured. She so desperately wanted to get some match practice and felt, well, if I'm coming back from injury, I'm unlikely to retain my titles or get very far, and therefore I'm going to play 3 tournaments back to back, which normally I don't think she would have planned to do. But it's interesting. I mean, prior to the London Olympics, there was an awful lot of talk about the fact Saina had trained so hard, she'd lost 5 kilos in weight. I mean, you and I were at London in 2012, and I thought she was looking absolutely terrific. It's quite obvious to me she's not in that same sort of physical condition that she was at the London Olympics.
On Saina Nehwal really in this opening game. Just won, yeah, 11 points in a row, she's just won. Golovanova being swept aside right now. So dispiriting. Game points have arrived. She closes it out with 13 in a row. She can. 21-5, 10 minutes. Pretty emphatic, wasn't it? Saina Nehwal really Saina's the top seed's got a bye through here. To get through the first round. Obviously they know who they're going to play next, and one would assume it's going to be Saina, given obviously horn tip. Going to be a tougher match than the one we've seen in that opening set against the young Tiger.
Absolutely, horn tip around perhaps is very, very
One,
talented
20
indeed.
seconds.
She too has had
One,
unusual
20
pace.
seconds.
So she's only played a couple of tournaments of late, coming back from injury, but she's already won a Super Series title, so there's no doubting her capabilities, and I think it will be a very different match.
Second game, level, play.
Find it even
One,
harder with
now.
the drift there is at that end of the court.
Service over, 1-0.
First point in 15.
Just about to say, just tell the doubles player there when the smash from Saina Nehwal went straight at Golovanova, defended so well off the body, set up the rally well. Convert at the end of it.
3-1. Five, one.
Over. Just needs to maintain that concentration and she'll breeze through here.
Golovanova looking very disappointed with herself. I know this is awfully easy for me to say sitting off the court, but you know, given the length of her career so far, this is the biggest match probably of her life on the biggest stage, and somehow she needs to enjoy the experience, because she will take this away from her time in badminton, and she'll look back at this moment and hopefully treasure it. So whilst it's difficult because she's obviously not in a winning position and she's not really in contention for this match, somehow she's got to enjoy it.
What she's doing in this rally, keeping the shuttle in the court, and then you see she's trying so hard to go for the right angle. You can understand why. She's up against a classy player, but
yes, and anything that's short of a good length towards the back of the court, anything that's not pulling Saina Nehwal right out wide is going to be severely punished. So in a way she has to go for those lines.
Service over, 2-8. 2.
Angry with this up now. One for the second. 41 for the second. To play. First match in this championship, Saina Nehwal, and she couldn't ask for a nicer way really to grow into the championship. Sometimes it's just not your day. Item 3. Pretty close call too. 3 points now away from victory. 3-year-old from Hyderabad. Rally, but in the end Golovanova ran out of pace. 3.
Service over. 4-19.
Points have arrived.
Service over. 20. Match point 4.
Confidence, no doubt, Saina Nehwal from this performance. She knows there's a tough test awaiting her in Pornchip, but it's been an accomplished display. She's only allowed her opponent 9 points in total, just over 23 minutes on court.
Score by Saina Nehwal. 21-5. 21-4.
Now the world number 3 cruises into the next round, the round of 16, and unfortunately for Olga Golovanova, she was very much second best throughout here. 21-5, 21-4, the final scoreline.
So after that women's singles, we move on to men's doubles, and the number 7 seeds from China, Liu Xiaolong and Chu Sihan, they're up against the Japanese pair. As you can see, the round of last 32, Hashimoto and Hirata, their Japanese opposition.